Hey everybody, welcome back to some more Wargaming Dragon. And today we're gonna play some Red Dragons Armored, and we're gonna try to focus on the T-72M, simply because somebody requested that. T-72M, on paper looks very interesting. 18 AP for 60 points, on like a decent chassis. Honestly not too shabby, but stabilizer's bad. It loses one range step, so it's not, full range 18 AP, so it's practically 17 AP and then a bit worse because obviously you can't fire at such long range. You get less accuracy during range scaling, etc., etc. So it's more along the lines of 16 AP full range in a sense. Yeah, one step lower max range is definitely worth, or it's definitely worse than having one less AP, right? Um, so there's that. So in Forest, it behaves like a 17 AP full range tank, which is still good for 60 points, right? Don't get me wrong. Let's actually get into the Armory to get a better comparison to other tanks. It's something that's also a Forest Brawler for the prices like a T80, which practically only has 1 AP less. But if you're using it in the Forest, you have the better speed. The medium optics in Forest mostly meaningless, if not really fully meaningless. Um, 13 armor means you don't get one tapped by any kinetic weapon. And of course, 9 RPM. T-72 also auto-loaded. But 9 RPM auto-loaded is even better. But of course, outside of Force, you have the better base accuracy, and one step more range doesn't make up for 10%, okay? It's. Even off the top of my head, I couldn't even give you a number, but it's certainly not nearly as much as 10%. You have the same MG. Some tanks have like a lower, like a Dedushke, which is also 50 cal, but with lower base accuracy, which is actually kind of interesting. 60k mage is alright. I mean, it's basically a normal T-72M, but you have 4 more AP, and you lose 10% stabilizer, and you get the medium optics. For 5 points, it's a good trade. But at the same time, it's not like the T-72M in and of itself was like a great tank already. It's already very mediocre. Um, all that being said, let's see what we can make of it. I've also adjusted the deck a bit in other ways. I'm gonna try the Togchan 130mm. It has a 25-second aim time, not 30, and there actually some decent salvo. Like it has a 10-round salvo, but only 6 seconds between shots, which is honestly pretty good. It's not amazing. It's not 3 seconds like a B can, but it's still pretty good. Using the PGT-95, which is a very deadly spag, although it is very squishy. Red Dragon's Armored has no radar SAMs. It only has infrared missiles. So this is really the longest range you get versus planes. This and the PGC-9, the spag. And I guess the 88. I had the 88 in here before, but I want to use the PGC-95 to have something that can actually kill. Mortar is kind of a must. In general, you always want a mortar, but even more so if you actually do focus actively on tanks. QW1, in this case, I'm using it over the Igla because I think in this scenario the extra HE might actually matter because you might only have man pads on the field that can actually kill stuff. And you actually don't get reduced availability. This is an Igla N, but unlike the Soviet Igla N, you actually get the same availability as the base Igla. Other than that, I'm opted for this instead of the CCC. Most people use the CCC, and I used to for a long time as well. These days, I find the top armor doesn't matter as much as it really used to. It's cheaper, same speed, but better side armor. And honestly, I think against HE artillery, the extra side armor might come in more handy. I don't know the exact amount of times that you actually do get shot directly on top on average. Now that I think about it. But it's like both are perfectly fine. And in some situations, the KPVT might be better. Other situations, actually, the 50 cal. Other than that, I don't think there's anything too particular about this. I also put this in, which is a slightly different T55A. Arguably better, arguably worse. At first glance, you might just say, oh, it's definitely worse, right? You lose 1 AP. The rest is and you lose autonomy, the rest is the same. Not exactly. You get the T-54 or the NSVT or whatever, which is the 50 cal with 5% higher base accuracy. And if you're mainly using this against infantry and fire support, this might honestly be worth more than 1 AP. But maybe we'll also fight against plenty of stuff that now get out at 1 AP and 1 HP because we can't kill them due to the lower AP. Who knows? Either way, let me just preview this again. Hopefully it's not going to be mud fight because this is where the T-72Ms are going to be the worst. You don't want them at really long ranges. They already get like outclassed basically in the open by Leopard 1A5s, right? So yeah. Anything but that, really. Punch pole, nuclear winter, also not so great because we're a slow deck, but I'd probably rather have those. In any case, I shall see you in a second once we find a ranked game. Alrighty, we got mud fight! Oh well. Oh well. At least my skibbity's my toilet my skibbity's toilet. God, it's weird. Why do memes get weirder and weirder each year? Or maybe not maybe. I think I'm just getting old. And I remember when I started this YouTube channel, when I just started university, look at me. I was gonna make it I was gonna make a joke, but I fear people might think I'm being serious, so I'm not gonna say anything further. Oh. All jokes aside, actually quite happy with where I am right now in my life, at least when it comes to that situation. Well, I think maybe with a lot of smoke we can try to get in close with our tanks, but let's see. We have at least like 4 cheap, relatively good HE burst damage. So like, if we can pop in and out of smoke, we can spot infantry that's inside, because we're gonna arrive there later than our opponent, unless they're playing armor themselves. Then we can hopefully kill that relatively quickly. But maybe we can try like a double stack of Liren to get in there. It's a bit risky, but it's also only 50 points. Maybe you're gonna start with a Hind. Just to like kind of like slow our opponent down, trying to get in here. So even if we don't get into town, maybe we can get like a sneaky position in there. Let's get some Bantangs. Let's get a PGZ. Let's get at least one mortar. I might want to start with 2. CTQ I don't really think is necessary for the open here. If you get the town or something, you might want to place one in there, but other than that, 1 minute, please. Big CTQ for here. You want to just get one of you outside as well. Or maybe we need some infantry. Get some ZSDs. Get this. These I wanna the basic ones, these ones in the 5-pointer. I wanna use for missiles here. The other ones, I wanna see if I can drive them along here, and with the Hind that I'm gonna try to deny some stuff here. Maybe get in here. They're pretty fast, they're gonna provide fire support, and the Shanshi, definitely some okay anti-tank weaponry. Can I somehow get 45 points and get a 50-72? Could delete those guys. Don't think I should. You're 30 points, right? Yeah, you're 30 points. Let's just keep the 25 points in the bank. Maybe we're gonna need like a MiG-29. Right, ready. Good luck, have fun. I feel like I forgot something, but you know what they say. If you forgot something, it's not important. If you change altitude, for some reason I didn't select you. That's cool, I guess. CDQ, gonna drive in there. Gonna unload in there. Let's start with a smoke here, so we don't get... Oh, interesting. I'm still gonna smoke here, depending on what comes here. This could just be a distraction. MI1 is gonna spot pretty well if something's gonna drive down there. Reservist, Skeppard, Leclerc. Alright, well. It's a Tiger. Interesting opener. Nicely done. Oh yeah, T-72, so you should maybe also go there. Okay, that's an important kill, especially if the infantry wasn't unloaded yet. You're a bit late. Oh boy, fucking double T Leclerc. Make sure we stay out of there. Get this PGC a bit back. Let's just get more of them. And luckily they don't get one shot by Erix's. Oh, okay. Bab T20 did not carry Erix's. Oh, there's a gap in the smoke. You're the one. You just drive back there. Unfortunate. Actually, no load in there. It's nice. Interesting opener for sure. Some base defense. So just a 5-pointers, that's okay. I'm not sure how much I can actually do against the Suliclars with those, because they will get one-shot relatively quickly. They just need like to be 8 steps below max range, which is at 1400 meters below the max range, which would be 875, if my quick maths are correct. So that's done relatively quickly. Like, yeah, it's almost there. And with that high RPM, right, even double tapping happens very quickly. So let's make sure we secure this enough. Because in the long run, this might just be a distraction for us. So we don't need to kill those, right? If this is a status quo, we're happy. Because we control this. So let's not try to kill those like by any means necessary if we can avoid it. We don't need this. All we need to is not allow our opponent to be in there. So let's get some more optics. But, I mean, yeah, but vision over in this area. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. That's a mistake that I often make. That's how I often lose games that I should win. Well, not often, but not in more often than I wanted to. Is me losing games that I really should win because I'm just over aggressive or you know go for memes sometimes. You know, if it's for YouTube, just a normal as rank game, I don't mind as much. But I've also lost some tournament games, or some more important, or to me more important games as a result. What's it, Cesar? What's your range? 1925. I just realized I tried to eat up their reload, but I just fire positioned that in case I lost vision on them. Get back into cover here. Get his CV. Load, unload, unload. Move this over. Sure, you're out of line of sight of this stupid ass Milan squad. Make sure you're not on attack move anymore. I don't want them to move out of there. Panther. So also we're not having full range is annoying. You kill that infantry there in the open. The Tokchon. Honestly, turn your weapon off. Luckily that one Leclerc missed, so maybe we can get out of line of sight / range. And that's our ATGM dead. Oh well. I turn this off so it doesn't reveal itself, as I can't retreat. Retreat, retreat, retreat. Very aggressive Leclercs. I should really buy a plane for that, honestly. Honestly, also a beautiful showcase of sometimes you don't even need to deal with the Leclercs. Or like super heavies or the like, right? You have to be freaking careful though. Where's the Cesar coming from? There? Careful! Oh, I got a free shot on there and I did that 1 damage. Ah, how cool is that? Not that cool, really. That's the answer. Oh, that's recon. That's a freaking commandos para, and that's gonna be a bit annoying. Another talk, John. E-track. Oh boy, be careful. Oh, lucky. Missed again. That's really lucky. Oh, yeah, last one because they both shot at the same one. Kill the recon at least. And the martyr, and luckily you got out alive. Kill the Mankati, if you can. Get another recon squad. Is you in there? It's easier to spot bush, but I didn't turn off ammo on this. Oh, okay, that's a bomber. Huh? Good bomber, but I just didn't see it at all. Might have not even spotted it because I have no radar AA there. I only have the speed to see it in here. Oh, you have ammo again. That's cool. Get something? Nah. Just the players. Yes, again. Not hit. There's the push. Get some of these bad boys. Actually try to hit those. Hopefully they're still gonna be standing still. Okay, fire this and then there. Yeah, this is really annoying. It's got another PGC here. Make you repair only for now. Something like a SETI of 85 or 89 would have been also really nice here. But a smart decision would just be buy T90, you idiot. Really? You fucker, you're still alive? Let's attack move you in there. Yeah, there's the... I should honestly just move in there. Ideas again. But hit a few times. Twice, to be precise. You have two side armor, right? Yeah, you do. You have full repairs now as well. Let's get the T90. Let's not like just, you know, lose the game because they kind of can turn you off. Because as soon as you get spotted, you're fucking dead. Ideas again. Oh, one of these out of ammo. Let's get another one. Oh, 95. Yeah. Well, one of you is gonna die, but the other one is hopefully gonna kill it. Yep. Careful. Oh, there was a side shot, I think. Oh, it's a kill! What's a kill? Let's go! Yeah, look at how little damage we deal to this. Oh. Oh, we did get one shot at this range though. It's good. Longest aim time because that the guys panic though. Helps us a little bit. Oh my god, the rate of fire though. Look at that. Just disgusting. There's so many points there. But we are uncontested here. Is that a peace shrine? No, it's the ideas again. Tiger head. I'll get into the... probably too late. Having passing chunks all over the field though is really nice. Honestly though, I think it looked like the T72Ms didn't do much. But if we had the T9, the S there instead, we might have lost. Because, again, as in a similar game recently that we've also played a mud fight against US Unspec, Sure, they didn't really kill the Leclercs or any like high value unit. Well, except at one time. But look at how long they delayed the Leclerc without me losing anything, right? It's just by killing reservists and the 5-pointers and commandos para. And like making use of the angles. Because you always want your Leclercs or your super heavies behind your meat shields. But in certain situations, right, that also messes up your angle. And I think you saw that perfectly here. Sure, every now and then I did get hit and I lost one T-72M there in the middle. Up until I did that stupid push, which maybe it wasn't stupid because I ended up still winning and it possibly still delayed the Leclercs. But they just stopped the Leclercs because nobody's gonna push who's smart enough is gonna push those up without cover. Because if it came down to it, 5 or 60, 72 M's at like 500 meters range probably would have won. That's why you want the reservists. But if with the 4 AG and their numbers, even if they have only 7 RPM, they just triple 3 shots and those reservists were dead, right? 1 shot at low enough range and the 5-pointer was dead, right? Like, this one killed 5, 15, those are 20, it's 35, that's 40 points, not quite worth, purely by the kills here. That's 5, that's 10, that's another 10, that's 20, it's 30 points, 35 points, also not quite worth. That's 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 80, 85, 100 points, sure, that's kind of worth it. That's 15 points, that's 10 points. That's still a Leclerc, right? They didn't really rack up any kills, but they worked. Now, if it had come down to a fight around the town, that I initially pushed for, much, much bigger chance we would have lost. Even with smoke, I'd only 1 water up. Dealing with both, tough. Now, the correct play, much, much earlier, would have been to just buy a Q5D, probably. Because I think all they had was a Gepard A2, and the Q5D evacs relatively early, at a relatively high altitude. So I don't think a Gepard A2 would have shot a whole ton at it. The Andias killed the other Leclerc. Let me quickly look at the replay. To see if they truly did have only No, they removed it, right? Surely the tiger head got removed. Yeah. What happened with those? Where did they go? Did they try to sneak around? I saw the VAP here early on. I sent my hind here for a bit to attack move, but not very far. So they might have just gotten them. Or maybe they just unloaded here. Honestly, that also would have been a good spot, I think, to unload here. That honestly just shows Fast Jones so good. I was way too late with my T-72 MC. I completely forgot to move them. I wanted to move them here, but that's why I smoked there, right? But I just forgot. Which is why I almost lost one. Did it really just stay there? Oh, if they're dead in a second, we know why. It really was just a Gepard. Like, I definitely could have gotten away with a Q5D. Unless our opponent had a plane in like an ASF already bought, which could have been, but hard for us to know because they never showed it. Right, they did die to the hand. Very good. And I think the rest is pretty... Oh, that's... Oh, there was another one here. Ooh. Okay. Total here, wow, okay. It wasn't a 110. I really did not pay attention to the rate of fire of that thing. But it was pretty much where I pinged it. I only like saw the last few trails or something of the shot there. Oh yeah, I was dead on. Did I actually hit it? Nah. Okay. Did a good amount of damage to the fob, even though I was aiming for here. Never got a supply truck. What a wasted salvo that was. That Milan too was really accurate that game. But also very dead after this. I was definitely not paying as much attention to the salvos as I should have. A lot of full salvos that got wasted. Also, oh, interesting. 4HE really helped to deal a lot of damage to those Legion. I'm not sure if they got one kill there. A lot of them went into nothing, but... And a T90, yes, here. It can be, if you really can hold off your opponent's super heavies early on, and ideally, of course, get them killed or worn down, and then show or use your own super heavy throughout the middle of the game. That's just can be very powerful to, you know, just have this mid-game trade where you kill their super heavies and then your own shows up, because very often you also killed, or it's likely that you killed some of the other anti-tank weapons already, be it a peace run in this case, so your super heavy is already safer because you killed the enemy super heavies, and you also killed already some of the enemy anti-tank points. There's also 2F5 coming, but of course this is nothing you can really plan beforehand, and of course it can go horribly wrong if I just lose those T72Ms to the Leclercs. On the other end though, many medium tanks don't usually get deleted by a single plane, unlike a single super heavy very well can be. So it's always a risk with the super heavy. Super heavy is very infamous these days in wargame. A lot of people think like, oh, just smoke super heavies, which in some situations is of course easy, but not always, in my opinion. But it's also a risk to just use a super heavy, right? That's why for a while they weren't meta at all, because your opponent would just buy one single anti-tank plane and they're dead. And very often the anti-tank plane would also get out alive. And then for a while people were like, including me, oh, you need to have a super heavy, you need to open with a super heavy. And then shifted back to mech again. But now it's like still super heavies, yeah, they're nice for 1v1s, but I think most people would say that the strongest decks still don't rely on them. Or many of the stronger decks. Not all of them. In any case, not the map we wanted, but oh well. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll hopefully see you in the next one. Bye bye.